Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kimball Hooker Show. I'm your host, Kimball Hooker. We're here in Los Gatos, Monte Sereno. I have a very talented, special guest today. She's not only a talented lady, but she's also a good friend of mine. I want to welcome the beautiful Miss Talented. She's smiling over there. I see it. Miss Anastasia Downey.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be on the show with you. We have history and this is real special for me.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm breaking back out here with the music.
Right. I want to know, just real quick, tell us a little bit about how you got started, because you have, like, your sound is so amazing, you know what I mean? And I could tell that you've been doing this for a long time, like you're schooled at this. So tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Oh goodness. Where I'm going to start right now is I was 5 years old, and my first performance was in a convalescent home. Wow. And my great-grandmother helped me some time ago. She was from Moldova and born in Ukraine, so she took care of me for a little while, but I missed her when we moved away and relocated in the Fillmore district. There was a convalescent home, and so they allowed me to sing Here Comes Peter Cottontail for Easter. And they put me in a little bunny suit because they couldn't keep me out of there because I kept thinking I was looking for my great-grandmother, right? And Sophia Blumenstein was not there.
Right.
And I just loved her, and I had a love for seniors, you know, it meant something to me. And then I ended up marching my way up to St. Mary's Cathedral. I was young now, mind you, I was 6 years old, just going where I didn't have any business because the cathedral had the stained glass, so beautiful, and the pipes, the music coming through there just inspired me. I was in awe of it, and I didn't know how it was being played. I didn't know. You know, I hadn't got into the musical world. I was starting out. My second performance started. My mother decided that she was going to take me to. This is going to be a funny one for you guys. She was going to take me to the synagogue.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So we ended up moving next to a convent. I had a good friend named Mary. She was a nun, and I would always go in there. And I came home to my mom one day, and I said, "Mom," I said, guess what? I know what I want to be when I grow up." And I told her, I said, "I want to be a nun."
Wow.
She looked at
At
me.
such a young age.
Yes, I was 10. And she said, "You can't be a nun." And I said, "Why can't I be a nun?" She says, "Because you're Jewish." I said, "Jewish? What?" I said, "So I'm Sammy Davis Jr., eh?"
Oh, my goodness.
And it was just so funny for me. And she said, "I'm going to take you to synagogue, and you're going to go there now." And I agreed. I agreed, folks, because I thought it was the donut shop.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought I was getting cinnamon donuts or French something donuts. So she left me like, "Oh my goodness, what is this?" So I got a little culture shock, and I learned about her because my great-grandmother came from Ukraine, from Moldova. In 1906, she came here, and she was an immigrant, and came the first day of the earthquake of that happened here.
Oh, wow. San Francisco?
Yeah, the second house in San Francisco on Golden Gate in the avenues was her house.
Oh, wow.
And so anyway, moving forward to that, so my mother brought me into the synagogue, and so I started singing, and I had my first instructor was cantor Michael Feldman, who taught me, and I ended up singing in Yiddish, and so I learned to sing in Yiddish, and I ended up doing a performance at the Fairmont Hotel, which they call Purim, and I sang there, and I was like, wow, you know, I was a little kid, you know, up there, and just lots of people, and I truly enjoyed it. But that's how I started. But we always had music in my house.
Right.
I had my stepsister who used to play music. She was in I guess some kind of tournaments for dance and singing tournaments, and she would always sing, and she'd wear her afro, and she'd have her bell bottoms and everything, you know. And my dad, in the mornings, on Saturday mornings, we would listen to Don Cornelius.
Oh, my
and,
goodness.
Soul Train. And so, you know, I had that. I had my mother with Yeehaw. I had country. I had, who is it? I'm trying to think of the woman's name, but we had, was it the James Brown? I listened to James Brown. I listened to Denise Williams.
Wow.
I listened to Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, my goodness.
I had a lot of people, and Denise really inspired me a lot. And Stacey Lattersaw, and Michael Jackson, Donna Summers. Oh my God, Donna Summers. Aretha Franklin. I mean, and the list can just go on and on. I love Blue Magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
greats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just beautiful music.
Yeah.
And so they inspired me to keep on singing and keep doing things. And I started doing things and going into school choir, and I did my first performance as Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
And I had to remember my lines. I remembered everybody else's lines, and I ended up singing there. Later on, I ended up getting a vocal coach by the name of Raz Kennedy. He's well known in San Francisco. And so he started to do training for me in Blue Bears Music School, I believe it is.
Okay, all right.
And so I was trained there with him, and then I ended up getting into a choir later on because I wanted to branch out religiously to find out about things. And Dorla Cummings from the Mass choir, she was in the Macedonia choir. But at the time, it was Dr. Hannibal Williams. I'll never forget him. He was very good friends with Reverend Cecil Williams. Well, I was 13, and I became his little songstress at 13. I would sing everywhere. I would sing, "He's Got the Whole World in Your Hands."
Wow.
And he would take me in different places, and I'd sing. So that's how it all started.
That's a whole lot to unravel right there.
Yeah.
So was anybody else in your family that you said your sister, right?
Yeah, and then I'm going to talk about my father, my
Right.
biological father.
Was a musician?
Yeah, so I went on a search. I had 9 years research to try to find my father. He did not raise me. I am the second youngest of 13 children. He came from Kansas City, Missouri. He originally wrote the song "Stand By Me."
Wow.
He was the one who wrote it, and you know how it is when people give rights over. He wrote, he sang, he played. He had a band called Rudy Downey in the Kansas City Special. He opened for the Platters, the Coasters, and Mary Wells.
Oh, my goodness.
In 1972 Sonoma County Fair.
Wow.
People in Napa knew him. They knew of him. They knew of him in Kansas City, Missouri. But he inspired me. I listened to him. I looked for him. I looked and I found him, and I guess 3 years before he passed away. And that's when I started really getting into my music and going to recording studios. I got a chance to meet him, and we sat down and we talked. And I made a point that one day I'd like to sit down and play with you. And we didn't get a chance. We didn't get a chance to do that. And there was a song that I ended up writing about losing my father, and it was called "How Do I Say Goodbye?" It was emotional because I loved him, but even though I didn't have him in my life that long.
Right.
So, he did music. And I have a brother in Kansas City, Missouri, Glenn Brown, who does music. He is actually related and cousins to Norman Brown.
Oh, wow.
The bass guitarist.
Right, yeah.
They're also related to Tony Braxton. And from what I understand, what's the other lady's name? I can't remember her name. I don't know why I can't remember her name right now.
Musical family. Yeah. No, we're here to talk about you,
my
though.
stepfather, my stepbrother's family.
Right. But at least we know
musical.
where you get it from, though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't fall. The apple doesn't fall too far from the
Yeah,
tree.
yeah.
So let's talk about how you got started with songwriting yourself and what inspires you to songwrite. Listen, before you even say a word, I've heard your music, and it's inspiring to me. I've seen like the journey that you've come. You know how far you've come to where you are now, and some of the earlier music to where you are now. And I want to jump across right now, and give you a big hug, because I've been saying you need to get this done now. You got to get it done. And you know what I love about you? You did it. Didn't matter how long it took. It didn't matter what the struggles was. You did it. And look at what's happening right now. You have social media. You're all over the place. When I first heard that first song, I said, she ready. Y'all better get ready.
I am.
You know you have to do a little something for us, right?
Yes, I don't mind doing that.
But first, I just want to say or ask you, what inspires you to songwrite?
Poetry.
Okay.
So, when I was in high school, I entered a contest. It was the African American Teachers Alliance contest. At the time, there was a radio station, KDIA, if anybody can remember
yes.
that. Well, they had a contest, and I came in first place.
Oh, nice.
And the poem that I wrote was called Black Pride.
Black Pride.
And it set me first place. My dad was, my stepfather was, smiling from ear to ear, and I had this big trophy, almost as big as I was back then. And so I started writing. I was challenged. My teacher told me, you know what? Why don't you write this, song and try to, not song, but a poetry, and see if you can enter this contest. And so I just loved writing. And so I did. And I continued on writing. I started listening to music. So what ended up inspiring me was jazz. Oh my God, like Keiko Matsui, like Michael Franks, like Al Jarreau, and listening to Kenny G and the Yellow Jackets, and it just really, and also who was it? I like Norman Brown, but also I'm trying to think Najee.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So I listened to them, and I started writing. I said, wow, it's instrumental, see? So it gives you time to start writing. And then I ended up writing my first song with a gentleman by the name of, what's his name? Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas is now Derek Jazz. He goes as Derek Jazz. And I wrote a song called Don't Hurt Me. And it was funny because Reggie Rugley at the time was working for the Whispers, and he was the one who helped me with the song. And so that was my first time writing that one. And then Oh Me, Oh My with Derek Thomas. So that started my writing.
Wow, that was the introduction to it right there.
I was 23 years old.
Wow, so young, so much to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Sing about.
Yep.
Wow. So who are some of your inspirations in terms of like because I hear your style and you have a style of your own, but I definitely hear some inflections. Like who do you admire?
Whitney Houston, Gladys Knight,
Okay.
Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, Minnie Riperton, and then also let me not forget Donna Summers.
Right.
I love Donna Summers. I love Diana Ross. Love her to death. I love Luther Vandross.
Wow.
Also, somebody else that inspired me was Peebo Bryson.
Okay.
The Stylistics.
Okay.
I love Patti LaBelle and Regina Belle. These are all people that kind of just mold you. Also, there was Stacey Lattisaw. I don't want to forget Stacey. And Michael Jackson.
Right.
Michael Jackson and Prince. Ooh.
Right.
I saw my first concert at 17, bringing my sister to go see Prince.
Amazing. Before he passed away, right? Oh my goodness, man, it was amazing.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit about your project you have here.
So this song is called Ooh Love.
All right.
And I thought about it, and there's a story behind this song
Talk to us
because
about it.
I lost my dog, Tokyo. It was a little girl dog, and I'm an animal person. If anybody knows me, I feed the squirrels, and people joke in my family about it. Birds, squirrels, I'm always there.
Right.
I guess I'm a modern day Snow White, whatever.
Right.
Anyway, I ended up losing my dog, and I guess 6 months less than 6 months went past, but I just wow, because I grew up with the dog, and I ended up going and getting a Shih Tzu dog, and I grabbed my necklace that I had on my neck, and it had a heart on it, and the first thing I thought was, your name is Valentine. You're going to help me heal from losing Tokyo. And he was so little when I got him, and Valentine has a personality. So when I ended up writing and I heard the music, I started thinking of this little puppy that I had, and I said, "Ooh, love, ooh, love."
Oh,
so
inspiration from that.
Inspiration of my little puppy.
Nice.
And as well, I thought about people. I have people in my family getting married, and I also have people that I know that are good friends like you who met a special someone, and you guys all affect me. So what you go through and your personal experiences and the happiness and the joy that I see, it makes me reflect, and then I put it into writing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
nice.
that helped a lot.
I heard the song. I love the song.
Yes.
It's very infectious.
Yes.
Can we hear a little bit of that?
Sure. You ready?
Yes.
Ooh, love, I love you. Baby, I love you. Baby, I want you. Baby, I need you here to me. So that's part of the song. And I'm going to just throw something else out there to you if you'd like to hear.
Go ahead.
So this is something that I'm probably going to be working on eventually down the line. So it's a little bit different, but it's very soulful. Let's see. I don't know where you're going. I'm going to give you a medley. Where you're going, but I'm going far away. And how could you be so blind to let me get away from you when you knew I was the one? And I'm going to move on from that one and take you to said I was going to let it go, but somehow, boy, you captured my soul. I don't want to cry again. If you want me, try to stay true. So I'm working on all this.
You got them pipes, you guys. Woo! And the crowd goes wild.
Thank you so much.
I love it. I love hearing you sing.
Thank you.
Very infectious. I love your energy that you exude.
Yeah,
you
thank
know
you.
what I mean? And people that don't know you get to know you.
Oh,
You're that
excited
infectious
about that.
of an artist, of a singer. And just to let everybody know, we have well over 20 years of us knowing each
That's
other.
right.
And
That's
more than
right.
that, I'd say 30 years.
Yep.
Absolutely.
The pyramid scheme. No.
That's exactly what
Go
it
back
was.
to that, and
Yeah.
and I not just singing that. I write all styles of music. I
Right.
write to hip hop, R&B, country,
Doesn't
jazz,
matter.
and pop.
Right.
I sing in Yiddish. I sing opera. I didn't give you that, but
Yiddish.
opera. Yeah, I sing Yiddish.
You want to sing a little bit of Yiddish?
I can give it to
a
you.
little
Are you
bit?
ready?
Yes.
Okay. Ine matu manayim shevatachim ya. Ine matu manayim shevatachim ya. Ine matu shevatachim ya. Ine matu shevatachim ya.
Oh my goodness! I've never heard you do that.
No.
Oh my! You know what? You do it. Now I know why Wu-Tang Clan want to sign you.
But I can
my
do this
goodness.
one. This is a funny one.
Yes.
How could you say that you've been here for me? Well, you know what's a lie, what's the truth? I can see it through the gap in your teeth, boy.
See the switch up? Oh my goodness, boy, this is gonna go viral
This is
right
fun.
here. That's crazy. You just switched up like you were two different people.
They call me a chameleon.
A million, yes, they were right. They were right. Oh my goodness, where can they find this project? Where can they find this Ooh Love?
You can go on Spotify.
Yes.
You can go on Apple. You can go on YouTube and see the video. There is a video out with me on there. And I thank the DJ Flip crew who helped me to hook me up with a gentleman, Gavin, who does videography in LA. And he did the first video that I had for Ooh Love.
I'm blown away after the Yiddish. I really am. I'm still tripping off of that. I've been knowing her all my life. I'm just looking into the camera right
Yes.
now. I've known her all my life. I've never heard her do this. My mind is still like in this, like, who are you?
Right,
But that was amazing.
Yes, and they can find me also on Facebook, or it's the real Anastasia Downey if they want to contact me. I'm on Instagram, and I am evolving. I do have some performances coming up in August, one at Yoshi's, and I have another one in June. And I'm just excited. I'm so excited to share with you what I've been holding back for so long.
It's
all
your time.
this music.
It's your time.
Yes.
Who do we talk to as far as booking? Who contacts you?
Right now, I am looking for a booking agent.
A booking agent. Okay, right now. But if they want to contact you, is there an email? Is there
They can email me at Anastasia. They can email me at AnastasiaDowneyMusic@gmail.com. And I'll be available there. They can contact me and DM me with Messenger from Facebook. And I'm here.
You guys,
I'm
the
ready.
call is going to be flooded, so you guys need to hurry up and book her right now because the line is going to be long. I can tell you that right now.
I'm excited.
I'm blown away.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Thank you
blown
so much.
away.
I'm so honored to be on this show with you guys today. It is an honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break. I'm Kimball Hooker on the Kimball Hooker Show with my beautiful guest, Anastasia Downey. We'll be right back.
You were going to say best friend.
Right?
Okay.
I'll take that.
Thank you to the City of Montessorino for their continued support of KCAT Public Media. The City of Montessorino has enabled KCAT to inspire, educate, entertain, and inform our community through the magic of television and digital media for over 38 years. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the Kimball Hooker Show. I'm your host, Kimball Hooker. We're here with my very special guest, Anastasia Downey, and she's just lighting it up on fire right now. She's saying to us in Yiddish, you guys, so we have more to come. I have a couple things to ask you, though. What's in store for you? Like in the next, do you have like a 5-year, like a plan? Like, do you have anybody that you're working with that you'd like to work with?
I just recently got an offer to work with, his name is Iron Sheik, and he's with the Wu-Tang Clan. Was
Okay.
it Wu-Tang Clan? I'm saying it correctly. And it was just offer yesterday. He says, I want to do your next album. And I was just like blown away. I'm like, what? Wow.
That's exciting, right?
Yes, because, I want to be able to work with different people.
Right.
I don't like to keep my doors closed and the avenues and the places that I go. I'm also, I just recently was in an independent film with Farah Duz, who helped me get back into the music arena, entertainment arena, and I was Sugar in his film called Pink Diamonds.
Oh, nice.
So I met a lot of beautiful people there, talented people, and I've known him for many years as well as I've known you.
Right.
So I'm doing that, and I look forward to. I'm working with some people that are going to have me out performing at Yoshi's. Michael London, he's been working on different projects. He's worked with Shanice. There's another Chuck Lounge. He's helped him launch his career. I've met Nisi Living Single recently. Different people have come to me and said that they might like to have me open for them.
Nice.
And so I'm excited about that. I'm trying to work on getting things together sometime at the end of August, beginning of September, where I'm able to do a record release party of my whole album. So I'm looking for people to join me, or I'm here. I'm waiting.
We got to promote that.
Yes.
You guys already heard it here live. Yep. And where would you host this at?
I haven't had a place in mind yet. I'm still thinking. I thought Yoshi's. I thought also Benicia.
Okay.
Fairfield. There's a lovely place there. I know it's in Sassoon. That's where it is.
Sassoon, okay.
And I also thought of San Francisco.
Home.
Because my uncle, I had talked about my family, but I have an uncle who owned the first Jewish pawn shop in San Francisco on Fillmore West.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, I'll go back to my beginnings because I am from the Fillmore. I grew up in the avenues for a quick minute when I was a little baby, but most of my growing up was in the Fillmore, and then we branched around.
So you have a large fan base then still back there in San Francisco.
I think there's people out there. There are people
love
looking.
your sound. People definitely love your sound.
I'm excited. I received a lot of my influences from everything that I learned from the Fillmore, the Juneteenth festivals. I was exposed to so much, also being in the Mission District, going to school during my high school years.
Right.
Yeah, I got exposed to a lot.
Are you the type to sing? I can see you singing in the kitchen, like when you're cooking. I don't know why, I just see that.
I did that a lot.
Really?
I did. I did it so much, even with my children would sing. And
okay.
I have two daughters that did get on stage with me from time to time at Pepper Bellies, and one of them, she got motion sickness. She's like, I can't do it. I'm like, you can. So I put my children in music class because my dad did music. I couldn't play piano. I could compose, but I couldn't arrange. I'm like, well, somebody's going to learn to play some instruments around here. So, that was quite an experience to have your children there.
Are you singing with a band? Do you do track?
I've been doing track, and I am trying to get together a band as we speak. I looked for a rehearsal space, and I'm looking for another drummer, actually two drummers. I have a keyboard player, and I have a guitar player, but I'm still looking for two of each. I'm looking for male background vocals, and I'm also looking for female vocals because I want to be prepared. I need to give myself at least 5 to 6 months to get out there and give them what they want. Right.
Now, you're going to do like a mixture of like your music and covers, or just original?
I'm going to do my original, and I'm going to throw in a cover. I'll probably sing something if somebody, I'll get something requested, and I'll make sure I have that ready for them.
What's your favorite song to sing?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Okay, Denise, I don't own the rights to this music, and I love you, so I'm just going to sing it. Okay. Silly of me to think that I could ever have you for my guy. How I love you, how I want you. You're just a love around the score, and I know that I should be looking for more. What could it be in you I see? What could it be? Oh love, stop making a fool of me.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
thank you.
Just chills. It chills up my spine, my back. What I love about you the most is like just the energy you give your it's the passion that you give it. It's very infectious. I love it.
Wow.
That was a great honor right there. And the funny thing is, so I actually did a show with her myself. Beautiful people. I posted, it was online. Beautiful person, beautiful people, and just amazing. Just amazing. But you know what? You have your own sound still, and I hear it. You have this like every time I hear you sing, it just reminds me of someone else that's trying to do like their own breakout of their own sound, not a copy, not a cover, not a bite, just their own thing, and you put your own little twist on it with those lyrics. Hot.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing
much.
but the best.
Thank you, my brother.
Nothing but the
Thank
best. And
you.
actually,
Love
everybody
you.
is late. Y'all are late because you should have been out. I'm
I
just saying.
know. Well, you know what? We'll talk about that. Right
That's a whole
next.
different
Let's
subject.
Talk about
That's-
that next.
yes.
No, that's a good subject.
It's a great subject.
It's called family.
Yes, it is.
It's called family, and it's having your priorities in order.
True.
And at a time where I thought I was going to do my music, I had children that I needed to look out for with disabilities. I also had, I dealt with my mom who has dementia. She had cancer. And so sometimes you have to put your little music hat on the shelf for a minute, and you have to focus on taking care of your family, especially if you're the oldest one. I am the oldest one in my family.
Wow.
And a lot is on my shoulders, but to whom much is given, much is expected. And so I stood the test of time. And my dad, my stepfather, before he passed, he said, Anna, that's what he called me, Anna. I said, yes, Dad. He said, take care of your mom when I'm gone. Do you hear me?
And you're doing a great job.
And I'm taking care of my mom.
Right.
And, it hasn't been easy. She's intermediate to severe. And I'm also dealing as well now with my husband with stage 4 cancer.
Oh.
And so I take care of 2 people. And God gives me the strength that I didn't even know I had. And I'm pushing and I'm pushing. And you became even closer to me. You, Thomas, and Aki, because you guys both had parents that you were dealing with with dementia.
Right.
And as well, Aki had lost his mother. And, it means something. It means something. And we need to be a family. The village is still alive.
Yeah.
We just have to come together and encourage each other, even if it's just a phone call.
Yeah, that's true. I just want to tell you, this is not to switch it up, but I remember you sang to my mother in the hospital.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to do that. And that I just wanted to say I love you for that.
Thank you so
That
much,
meant
my
a lot
brother.
for me, yeah.
I have to go to the hospital when I leave you here today. I have a beautiful woman by the name of Sham Piper. She has a son, Damien, Akasha, and Les. She's a single parent, and she raised them herself. She comes from San Francisco, and she was given a diagnosis. And I said, when I leave here, I'm on my way to the hospital in San Jose and Kaiser to go see my friend. We raised our kids together, and it's about being there for each other.
Right.
I'm never going to stop.
Right.
Animals, people.
Right. Don't stop being you.
And family.
Don't
That's right.
stop-
And my
don't-
musical world. And
Right.
I can't wait to make you guys smile. I can't wait to see you guys open your eyes and say, wow, I didn't know she was going to do that. I'm going to I'm testing myself. I'm testing the waters, and there's nothing that I won't do.
Right. You have such a broad career ahead of you. It sounds like you might have started a little late, but it wasn't late. It was right on time.
I like that.
Right on time.
Thank you.
Because you're right. Sometimes you have to put that musical hat on the side and handle family and business. And
Right.
God sees that. He sees that.
Don't
And
make me cry, Kimball.
You've
Don't
touched
do that.
so many people.
You're going to make my
have.
lash fall off. Don't do that.
I'm just really keeping it real. Like, you touched so many people. When you sang such a beautiful song for my mother in the hospital.
Oh, that was The Storm is Raging. I remember that.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. I'll never forget that. I couldn't believe it.
What is it? Did it go like this? Did it go, when the storm is raging
That's it.
and the windy doesn't blow?
That's it.
Yep.
That's it right there. And it put you know what I mean? And it made my mother feel so much better at ease at that moment in time. She needed it right then and there. And you were the one that was chosen.
I'm so grateful.
You were chosen for
I
that
am so
spot.
grateful. Let God direct my steps.
Right. And he never comes to a fail. He never fails.
Right.
You are such a talented, beautiful person that there's so much more ahead because he blesses those that handle their responsibilities and duties. And you didn't shy from it. You didn't run from it.
No.
And we don't necessarily choose where we come from, but when you're put in those shoes, you handled it the right way. You didn't run from it. Your mother loves you. You're always there for her. And I've seen you with your mother. And I see how you are with her, and you don't shy away from your responsibilities, even with your children. No. And it just comes, and it comes like you're with your husband, with your mother, with your children. So many things. Some people can't handle small things, let
Right.
alone that.
Right.
That's like a whirlwind of so much.
Yep.
And then you combine that in with doing, hey, I have a life. I want to do something too.
Yeah.
But you're responsible enough to say, I will, just right now, not right now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yep.
But look what's happening right now. You're on the Kimball Hooker Show.
And look at God working, directing your steps, because I remember where you were, and
Yeah.
now, and I saw you on stage, and you were up performing, and I can't remember exactly where that performance was. We did the Billie Holiday. I did Billie Holiday,
Yeah.
and you are here now. This is awesome. God put a platform up for you to help other people,
Right.
as you were getting your help.
As I needed
And
mine.
I just, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the village.
It's amazing.
Giving back.
It's so amazing because when I first had met you, I was going to your house at that time. This was like in the 90s. This wasn't even 2000.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I would have never suspected we would be here like right now with your preparation, with your CD.
No.
Come on. You would have
No.
never saw that.
No,
With
and
all
I was
this-
a shy, timid girl
You sure
back then.
was.
I wasn't as I am now. Life does have you blossom and grow up, and you put your big man pants on.
Right, you big girl panties on. Right,
Yeah,
I can
right.
believe it. Yeah, but I always told you. I said you have it. I heard you sing, and I'm like, just do it, just do it. And now I'm looking at you right now with your CD, and you're doing great things. You're flying back and forth to LA. You have your own video. You have social media. Your platform is growing. You're on the Kimball Hooker Show. I'm loving having you here. And
Thank
guess what?
you.
More things are ahead to come.
Thank you so much. I look forward to coming back. I
And
hope
one
I
more
get another
time,
night.
before we wrap this whole thing up, where can you be found again?
You can find my music on Spotify. You can find it on Apple. You can listen to the video. I have a whole video on YouTube. Look under Anastasia Downey, Ooh Love, and you'll see it. And there's also the older album. If you'd like to listen to my older recordings, it would also be on there, Anastasia
Okay.
Downey. I have Lonely. Keith Martin helped me with that one. And
Right.
there'll be other music coming out that Derek Hall helped with, and just different musicians that I'm excited about bringing the music.
And what's your email for booking?
You can email me at ANASTASIADOWNEY music at gmail.com. That's Anastasia Downey, keeping it fresh. Anastasia Downey music at gmail.com.
And just for everyone that's listening, is that your real name?
It is my legal real name. Anastasia Downey is my given name from my father, my biological
I
father.
love it. It's beautiful.
So I decided that I would carry his name on through stage.
I love it. Not a stage name. It is a stage name, but that's the
It's
government
my family
government
legacy.
name.
Yep, that's right.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anastasia, for coming. We're gonna have to cut this short. Ladies and gentlemen, Anastasia Downey, my special guest, my friend, soon to be yours. Check her out. Kimball Hooker Show, K-Cat, Los Gatos, Montessorino. Here, go check her out. We'll see you.
Thank
Until
you.
then, we'll see you guys again.
Thank you.
You just heard the Kimball Hooker Show here on KCAT Radio. Explore all our KCAT original programming at kcat.org/radio.